Yahya ibn Mu'adh said, "Whoever pleases his limbs through sins has only planted for himself the tree of regret." Abdus Samad Azahid said, "Whoever doesn't realize that desires are a trap is truly deceived. Understanding the harm, pain, and consequences that sins bring is a strong barrier for a person to avoid falling into sin. It is enough for someone to reflect on what happened to others, the tragedies and destruction that afflicted earlier nations because of their sins. Who was it that caused our parents Adam and Hawa to be expelled from the dwelling of joy and comfort into a world of sorrow and pain? It was sin. Who caused Iblis to be cast out from the kingdom of the heavens, to be banished, cursed, transformed in both outer and inner appearance into something hideous? Who made him trade nearness for distance, mercy for curse, paradise for the blazing fire? Who humiliated him before Allah and turned him into a criminal who leads humanity to every evil and corruption? It was sin. Who caused all the inhabitants of the earth to be drowned in water, with the water level rising above the mountain peaks? It was sin. Who caused the people of Ad to be punished with a destructive wind that threw them down as if they were decayed palm trunks? It was sin. Who caused the people of Thamud to be destroyed by a terrifying scream that tore their hearts within their chests? It was sin. Who caused the entire city of Sodom, the city of Prophet Lot, peace be upon him, to be lifted high into the sky until the angels of the heavens heard the barking of their dogs, then flipped upside down, and stones of baked clay were rained upon them continuously like a shower, until not a single soul remained alive? It was sin. Who caused the people of Shu'aib to be struck by the punishment of the day of darkness, when the clouds came over their heads, and instead of rain, blazing fire rained down upon them and burned them? It was sin. Who caused Pharaoh and his people to be drowned in the sea, and their souls to be tormented by fire? They are presented to the fire morning and evening in the life of the grave. And then on the day of judgment they will face the greatest punishment. So their bodies were punished with drowning, their souls with fire, and the final reckoning before Allah on the day of judgment will bring the eternal punishment. It was sin. Therefore, contemplating the pain and disasters that sins bring leads a person to righteousness. There might be some temporary pleasure in committing a sin, but its consequences are immense unless one repents. The pleasure fades once it's experienced through haram. All that remains is shame and sin. In the end, there are heavy consequences and a bitter ending. There is no good in a pleasure that ends with the punishment of the fire. A man once committed immorality with a woman, and she became pregnant by him. He was torn. Should he marry her and face humiliation before his family? Or should he kill the child in her womb, which is an even greater crime? Or should he abandon the woman and the child, leaving the child homeless and neglected? Every possible path was filled with pain, sin, and loss. If only he had thought earlier about the consequences before committing the act, his reflection would have been enough to prevent him from sinning in the first place.